disclaimer time. The opinions expressed here belong solely to those individuals expressing them, and all words referenced to or discussed belong solely to those who created them and have the rights to, and have rightful ownership of them. We claim none of them, and despite what we may think, make you think, fanfiction.net does actually have some good stuff on it. So yeah, don't think this is like everything on fanfiction.net, though admittedly it's a good chunk of it. But I'll stop talking now and let you get to the video. Read it, faggot.
Okay. I think it's a slow beginning. The structure. Disclaimer. I forgot to do this when I posted it. Silly me. And this is actually my second time with this mistake. So I'll say this once for the story and let you get back to it. If you recognize it, chances are that I don't own it. I own these particular variations of such things in this particular plot. But the originals themselves? Nothing. By the way, there's no G on the nothing. It's nothing. A little apostrophe at the end. Just in case, you know. For those of you who read Happy One Kenobi's works on tthfanfic.org, you may recognize this story. I've decided to copy my stuff from there to here in order to let more people enjoy them. Enjoy them. You'll get the chapters of this one and 2 others faster from there. Click the author button and search Happy One Kenobi, and you'll find me faster and more accurately than clicking search and typing in the names of the stories, because I posted them there first. Back to the show. Chief? What is it, Cortana? He asked as he reloaded his DMR. I'm detecting an anomaly. It seems to be an old Earth beacon. The Master Chief paused. Earth? How is that possible? I don't know. It's ancient, but it works. I'm putting a nav point on it. A small blue diamond appeared on his heads-up display with a number next to it. 200 meters. Whatever it was human technology, and should not have the chance to fall into Covenant hands, so he went straight for it. He had to make a few small detours. It's well written, and it doesn't include Kim Possible until way later in the story. When she show up? And then a fist materialized out of the mist, millimeters from his face, going fast enough. He flew back, and was later unsure if he'd been out cold before or after he hit the wall. Then the fist pulled back, and a tall form stepped out. It moved too fast for Cortana to get a good look at it until it stopped minutes later. Second before it just fell over, as if dead. It was a human woman, with green flesh and black hair. Then life went on like it was automatic. Nothing getting through to Cortana's mind until the green-skinned woman woke up again. Randy, I don't know what I'm reading.
I don't know what you're reading either, Lizburn.
I'm honestly very confused. Let's go find worse fanfics. Why are there 86 Halo and My Little Pony crossovers?
Jesus Christ.
86.
Everyone writes about the Thief or the Arbiter or some big Halo figure going to Equestria, but what if it was just a normal ODST? What if just a normal ODST gets transported to the country of the ponies?
So wait, this is even worse because it's someone's shitty OC, probably?
Rated T for swearing, violence, and other things. So the arrival of the UNSC heralds an end to the war that has left Equestria a ruin. Life for those left behind will never be the same as new resentments, old foes, and dark secrets threaten an already precarious peace.
Oh yeah, Lizburn just link this in the chat, so I'm gonna put this on fucking YouTube.
I found a good one.
Oh god.
I think I found a good one. There we go. Regret of life. I'm about to regret my life for fucking reading this. ODST was charged for the death of fellow soldiers after it destroyed an outpost during the Human Covenant War and was sent to fight at Harvest and discovered a Forerunner cryo chamber which he active, now frozen for 3 millennium, 2530, when he was frozen now the years 5530 and discovered a world of talking ponies, now trying to find out what happened to humanity and why he was here. Rated fiction, T for teen. English, sci-fi and romance. Twilight Sparkle. Fluttershy. OC. 10,000 words.
Oh.
Trial of Death. That sums up how I feel reading this exactly. My name is Sergeant Major Scott Marcus Moon, age 19, gender male, which I think you would already guess by the name and soldier of the 19th Shock Troopers of the ODST, which stands for Orbital Job Shock Troopers of the United Nations Space Command, or UNSC for short.
What?
I stood in the middle of a courtroom, chained after I disobeyed a direct order from the commanding officers, which got me court-martialed and get in a firing squad because my crime was the death of 500 soldiers.
What?
Do you know why you are here, Scott? Said Marshal James. I do, because of my actions and active the timer to the bomb when the Covenant attacked our outpost, sir, I said with no emotions. Correct, which caused the death of 500 personnel, because you decided to blow the place up with men still inside defending it from the Covenant and your new reinforcements were en route, but you set the bomb off, said Marshal James with a little hint of anger. The Covenant attacked. I admit I blew up the outpost, but you forget that if I let the Covenant take in the base and our information would have cost the lives of billions and you would never have come and helped us if I never did what must have been done, sir, I said. What about holding out until reinforcements? ... I cut him off. What I did without choice because the Covenant were about to overrun our position. ... I shouted. Sorry, I didn't say it right. What I did without choice. Because the Covenant were about to overrun our position, I shouted. The Marshal sigh.
I would like to point out that he's actually reading this correctly as it's punctuated.
Yeah. The Marshal sigh. But what you did was out of protocol and the death of fellow soldiers, which is unacceptable, so I hereby punishing you by death in battle and demoted to private, Marshal shouted. Kick a man while he's down. I'm gonna punishing you by death in battle. Also, you're demoted to private. Fuck you, asshole. I just let out a sigh, then looked down. So you are going to send me out when the Covenant attacks so I could kill as many of them I can. Well, lest you know you can't throw away soldiers, sort of. I said, yes, you are being shipped to Harvest to be deployed as soon as you get there, Private. After the Marshal said that, he hits the hammer on the table, and I was sent out on the first ship to Harvest, which happened to be the Fire of Earth, which happens to be a Paris-class heavy frigate, along with several other ships. Then I went into cryo chamber for a long sleep. After being awoken, knowing we are here at Harvest, I got out of the cryo chamber. The ship shakes, causing me to quickly rush to the armory. Tapping in the code to my Amoir. And weapons and got geared up. Then I made my way to the drop pods, in which I got in one quickly, and I heard our Sergeant shouting, most of the crew, not to mention your fellow jarheads, will be leaving the ship in lifeboats. They'll ride to the surface in air-conditioned comfort, sipping wine and nibbling on appetizers. Not you, however. Oh no, you're going to leave the Pillar of Autumn in a different method. Tell me, boys and girls, how will you leave?
Oh, they
that's
stole
really...
that straight out
Yeah,
of
he
fucking...
stole that from Halo the Flood.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even a particularly good book.
Yeah.
But it's the only grammatically correct part of this. We go feet capitalized. We go feet first, sir. We all shouted, and my pod door closed as I fell to the planet's surfaces, and I could see the iced ground, which is partly destroyed, as I see explosive down there as well. My pod landed on the ground, and my pod's hatch burst open as I grabbed my SMG and ran out, as I could see plasma bolts being fired as I taken cover behind some ruins before standing up and taking a few shots at elites at Ponyville.
What?
The scene has changed, okay? At Ponyville. Twilight Sparkle was looking through the books after discovering a weird statue of a creature standing on two legs, with a weird object in its hoofs, as the statue was outside of an oak library. But as she studied it more, she noticed some writing at the bottom of it. UNSC ODST, feet first to hell. Standing in the middle of the pony town is just a giant statue of an ODST.
Because why the fuck not?
Of course.
Twilight has looking through every book, trying to discover what this creature was or what these words even mean, but she sighed and give up as Applejack comes up to her. Found anything yet, partner, about this weird statue? Applejack asked. No, nothing in the library said anything about this. I mean, it was found in the Everfree Forest beside some ruins, which explorers said there is some large power source being there, but they are not sure why, Twilight said. Back on Harvest! Me along with ODST and Marines have pushed up, forcing the Covenant back more and more before we begin to have setback after setback, forcing us towards Alpha Base. Move! I shouted as the Covenant race were firing plasma at our position with its forces moving up as we try to hold them off as long as we can until we can counter-attack our arrives as I can hear gunshots and shouting. Then I saw Banshee flying towards our position. Incoming! I heard as Banshee fired one of its plasma torpedo, hitting one of our emplacement turrets, which was manned by an Marine. Then I heard someone shout, Reinforcements have arrived! Then I saw one of the UNSC greatest weapons, the Spartan, which causing all to charge along our reinforcements as we made our way towards the Forerunner, pushing the Covenant back even more towards the Forerunner building hidden in the ice. After we got to the Forerunner building, we killed most of the Covenant as we made our way in. As we secured the area, then I made my way to a chamber along with 4 other ODST. Then I went inside the chamber, which was big enough for one person. Really, it was almost like a cryo chamber. As I turned to face the other 3 who were on lookout, and I brought my hands up to a panel to find out what this does. That was when I pressed a button, causing a force field to form in front of the chamber, keeping me trapped inside.
Okay, I have some critiques here.
Keeping me trapped inside. As I hit the force field, the other 3 ODST tried to open as one of them were trying to find an opening button on the control panel to the left of the chamber. Before I could reach up to the controls within the chamber, I was frozen before getting the chance to try and get out. Well, that was the first chapter done, and hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
Was that 3 or 2 befores in that sentence?
I'm not sure. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's the second chapter. I hope you enjoy. Chapter 2, A Waking Fate. Now we've got to the bulk of the story. Now we got to the moments where the ponies show up and start interacting. You know, this is the best part of the story. This is what we were waiting for. 2 ponies. One pony was a yellow unicorn with a blue mane, while the other pony was a blue Pegasus with a purple mane. They walked through the hallway, which most of the place was still intact, as the following the sense of the power to a large door in which was sealed tightly as the 2 ponies looked at each other. What do you think is behind there, sweetie Gem? Said a blue unicorn with a yellow mane. I don't know, but it could the treasure of that statue we find, but maybe the writing on it was a clue to open this door, Midnight Leaf, said Sweetie Gem. Midnight Leaf walked up to a control panel and placed her hoof on it, causing it to scan her hoofs, and then red lights began to flash as Sweetie Gem screamed as the door behind them closed, and the door in front of them opened, and they both moved very slowly. They came to a room with small-like chambers, and at the far side of the room a creature inside, just like statue inside it, and frozen, causing the 2 to gulp and look at each other. What do you think it is? Asked Sweetie Gem. I don't know, but let's check it out, quickly spoke Midnight Leaf. Both of them made their way towards it. After they reached it, they looked inside before began to look around. You know what this means? We could have discovered a long-lost civilization, said an excited Sweetie Gem. What if this thing is dangerous? We don't want to release something that was locked up for a reason. You know, I do need to make a small scientific critique. How did these ponies evolve on Harvest in 3,000 years?
Yeah, wasn't Harvest fucking glassed like 3 times?
Oh, it only takes like 15. It only takes like 30 years for a planet to recover from glassing.
Yeah, and Harvest was literally retaken twice and then glassed twice again.
No, this is no. It's 3,000 years in the future. That's plenty of time for the planet to heal, and for talking ponies to evolve.
Yeah.
No, not.
Pure sentient and to build their own civilization.
Yeah.
It's time enough for a race that already existed to move in, but not for something to evolve.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's plenty of time. Plenty of time. I don't know, but let's check it out. Well, there was only one way to find out. That is open it, and beside all we know, it could only be a suit of armor. Dead laugh, Sweetie Jam. Moving towards a panel, which Sweetie Jam placed her hoof on it, causing white smoke to blast out from sides of the chamber, causing the 2 ponies to jump back as the door opened, and unsure if it was awake or just a suit of armor, Sweetie Jam went towards it, causing Midnight to say, "Be careful." Just before Sweetie Hoof managed to touch the metal, she was quickly grabbed and picked up, causing Midnight Leaf to scream, trying to run towards the exited, but remembered it was closed, with the creature quickly walking towards him, causing him to have his back up to the wall, and the creature Hoof with Sweetie Jam struggled to get out of his grip before Midnight Leaf let out one final scream. Meanwhile, back at Ponyville, he's been spelling it wrong this entire time. Ponyville. This is how he honestly thinks it's spelled. Ponyville. Like it's not a mistake. Twilight had found a very old ruin-like book as she carefully looked through it before coming to a page of ODST on it, and she began to read carefully as Applejack was there waiting. "Oh my, this is incredible! These ponies were known as orbital drop shock troopers of the United Nations Space Command," whatever that means. But ODST or Helljumpers was their nickname, would drop from the sky in a sort of metal box behind enemy lines, and attacked from behind or destroyed enemy buildings, and their motto was "Feet first into hell." But what are feet? Twilight said while rubbing her chin with her hoof. What am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
Everything in my life has led up to this moment.
Don't worry, guys. We're all just gonna commit Sudoku right after this. It's the only
I really
one
hope so. What about ask Sweetie Jam about it, since she was the one who found it, said Applejack. Great idea, but we need to wait until they are back from exploring the ruins more, and tomorrow they should be back by morning, Twilight said before looking at the sky. Yep, anyway, see you later, Twilight, Applejack said before walking off home. You too, Applejack, Twilight replied before entering her own home. Next morning, Twilight made her way to Midnight Leaf and Sweetie Jam house after reaching the front door. She knocked on the front door and waited, but there was no answer, so Twilight tried again, but still no answer, which got Twilight a little worried, so she went to Fluttershy's college. When she arrived, she saw Fluttershy attending to her animals. "Hey Fluttershy, have you seen Sweetie Jam or Midnight Leaf?" asked Twilight. "Oh my, no, I have not seen them. I have not seen them at all. Have you tried their home yet?" Fluttershy asked. "Yes, but there was no answer. I am worried something may have happened," Twilight said with a little bit of worry in her voice. "I am sure they are fine, but we can go looking for them if that is what you want," Fluttershy said, going shy. Twilight rolled her eyes before nodding to Fluttershy. "I gather the others at the library," Twilight said as she ran off. At the library, where Twilight and her friends has gathered, which got them wondering why they were there. Why are we here? Anyway, I could be out performing a new trick," Rainbow asked. "Well, Sweetie Jam or Midnight Leaf has not come back yet, which got me worried, so I purpose we look." It was interrupted by a shout for Twilight, which all of them rushed outside, see Midnight Leaf running towards them and stopped in front of Twilight with heavy breathing. "We got to see Sweetie Jam. She'd been captured by that." He points towards the statue before about to run off, which Twilight stopped him. "First, tell us what happened," Twilight asked. He tells Twilight and the others up the point where he was up to the wall and told him on how he managed to escape. "I quickly pressed my hoof on this panel and the door in front of the creature closed while the one behind me opened and I ran all the way back here," Midnight said, finishing up his story. "Ha, I bet this thing is not even that tough, Rainbow boosted.
Dear God.
Rainbow boosted. Jesus. Whoa. Whoa, hold there, partner. We do not know what this thing wants or what it is apart from an orb, shock, drop. Twilight rolled her eyes before finishing the sentences for her. Orbital trap shock trooper. And if this is the case, then we must be dealing like the royal guards, because it said these ponies dropped from the sky, but they do not have wings to fly. They are metal boxes sorts and dropped from a hot air balloon, but something much bigger. Which I am hoping this is just a misunderstanding, Twilight said. Oh, I am going to throw a huge party. Welcome to a Ponyville party. And there are going to be balloons and cakes, and every pony shall be there, Pinkie Pie said quickly. We don't know if it's friendly first, Applejack sighed. Well, I hope he is nice and not too scary, Fluttershy said shyly. Twilight and her friends follow Midnight Leaf towards the ruins, ready to rescue Sweetie Gem. Well, there is chapter 2, and hope you enjoy it, and until the next time.
I can't take any more of this.
Scurry.
Oh, but this
You
is
were scurry.
This is the point where the ponies meet the ODST.
Oh, no.
This is the best part. It's good.
It's just so fucking bad.
Oh my god. And the name of the offer is Wolves 567. Twilight and her friends follow Midnight Leaf to the ruins quickly. When they reach the Forerunner ruins, when they reached there, Midnight went and put his hoot to the panel as Twilight and the others stood beside him, causing the door to close behind them and the one in front of them to open. They walk inside that was when they assumed the worst, which caused Midnight to stand in shock along with Twilight and her friends, thinking the creature had killed Sweetie Gem. So they began to look around as Twilight walked up to some writing on the wall. Twilight brought a hoof, thinking what it meant and wondering what the first question was, but before Twilight heard a shout from Rainbow, turning her head, she looked towards Rainbow, who discovered another hallway where the others have gathered. I be there in a second, Twilight shouted, which the rest went down the hallway as Twilight tried to make sense of words that were worn and barley made out, but she found the question that was below the written words on the wall. Meanwhile, with the others...
Just...
Wait, what? What? Midnight and others came to a room which Rarity made of the skies groan as the place was covered in spider webs and dust, which they all looked around. Then Rainbow put her hoof in something which lighted the room up, and moving pictures showed on the wall. Incoming! A Marine was shot by Needler multiple times, causing him to explode, causing a few to turn away their heads before they kept firing the weapons at the Covenant, which was moving up. Hold positions, we need to wait for reinforcements to arrive. A stick grenade was seen throwing and got stuck into a wall, in which an ODST grabbed the stick grenade and timing it before throwing it, hitting a Banshee as it speeds past, causing it to explode. An ODST turned and was hit into the wall, causing the moving pictures go black.
Okay. That one was stolen from the trailer for that.
Yeah, that was stolen from the trailer. Which caused all the ponies to look at each other, unsure what to think of the moving pictures or the objects, as well before Applejack noticed Twilight was missing, causing the others to look around before they all heard a bang, which was a gunshot, causing them to run towards the sound. I hope Twilight is not hurt when they got there. What? They saw Sweetie Gem hugging Twilight, as they noticed the ODST stand not too far away. Twilight, Sweetie, look out! Midnight Leaf shouted, causing the two to look at them as Midnight ran towards the ODST. Couple hours early, Scott POV.
Scott?
Scott's the name of the ODST.
Ah.
I awoke and noticed two dots on my radar, with one close to me and the other not that far away, so I slowly looked down and saw a blue Pegasus with a purple mane about to touch my leg. I reacted by grabbing it and kept a tight grip as I noticed a yellow cone with blue mane running towards a dead end. I just began to walk towards it while the blue Pegasus kept struggling in my grip, and before I got any closer to it the wall shut up, which caused me to stand and look at it. I thought to myself that it is a door and knowing it be back with more because I still had this Pegasus, which I looked towards it wondering if Pegasus were myth or not. Please don't hurt me, said the Pegasus in a female voice, which kind of shocked me that it can speak. I am not going to hurt you, but you will answer a few questions, I said, causing the her to nod as I sat her down. What is your name, and why are you here? I asked coldly. Greedy Gem, and I am an explorer who searches ruins, she answered in a scared voice. I see, and tell me, have you heard of a human? I asked, but she shook her head, saying no. I just nodded. Before she asked about my race, which I told her about the Great War of the Covenant, and we both got along quite well.
Oh my fucking
No.
god.
After this, we might have to read some of the My Little Pony and Sonic the Hedgehog crossovers. There's more than
I can't
500
do this anymore.
of those.
I'm done.
Yeah, this is just so...
I have returned. Twilight returns to Equestria after 6 years of fighting the Covenant. But she isn't alone, and she doesn't have friendly intentions. Starring Twilight Sparkle, Princess Celestria, Princess Luna, and Spartan Palmer.
No, 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 no.
What?
If you think that's bad, look at the 323 Doctor Who and My Little Pony crossovers.
Oh no, that's the Doctor Hoof bullshit.
Yeah, okay.
Oh god.
Let this be a lesson. Let this be a lesson to all those who have made it this far. Crossovers are just terrible in general. Don't do it.
Hikaru Shino is a Spartan soldier on the UNSC Forward Unto Dawn, and he awakens in Equestria only to find out the Covenant are invading.
Okay. No.
No.
Just no.
An ODST's mission goes awry, and he somehow ends up in the magical world of Equestria. Slight AU, nothing much.
Slight.
Slight.
Sure. Slight.
Well, there's at least some crossovers that make sense, like Halo Mass Effect crossovers.
My name's Murphy. Colonel Spartan Murphy 422. Now I've seen some pretty crazy stuff in my life. Aliens hell-bent on wiping our species off the face of the galaxy. Strange ancient technology left behind by an ancient civilization. But this takes the cake. Rated T for blood, violence, and coarse language.
I would like to point out that...
Was that a My Little Pony thing?
Yes.
I would like to point out that Spartans, especially Spartan 2s and 3s, tend to be unfeeling sociopaths, so...
Nah, fam, all the Spartans care about each other. Care about
They
Spartans.
care about each other, but in general, they're unfeeling sociopaths. Mostly because that was the point.
Josh has been living the good life. He has a family, all the money he could ask for, but something is missing. He feels alone, the last of his kind in Equestria, the last human. But when a visitor from the stars arrives, all that will change. This soldier, this Spartan, will decide the fate of pony kind.
Fucking hell.
What?
Oh god, we've been reading My Little Pony Halo crossovers.
It's terrible.
It's so awful.
This is what I come back to. Pain,
Randy has been
suffering.
recording.
This is what you come back to because no one...
Because you let me sit in a call for like 5 minutes.
I don't
No.
want
No, it's
For
like my
my
favourite
life.
cartoon. How could they do this to me? My Little Pony Phineas and Ferb crossover.
What the
And why is the
actual
Master
fuck?
Chief here? Oh, wait. No, sorry, this is the, it's a Halo Phineas and Ferb crossover.
Once more, what the actual fuck?
Oh yeah.
The toughest bully in town takes on one of the toughest Covenant warriors.
My Little Pony and Mickey, Donald, Goofy, the Three Musketeers crossover.
No.
Holy shit. Right, okay. Oh god. Minecraft, My Little Pony, 73 crossovers.
How the fuck do you write a Minecraft fanfiction?
It would actually be surprisingly easy when you think about it.
That's not really much you can do wrong.
Minecraft, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. That is the third highest crossover.
What?
No.
Minecraft, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Percy Jackson is one of my favorite book series.
Oh yeah, I read
So
that.
I'm pissed off.
Yeah, I read that book. I read those when I was like in middle school. They were actually really good.
Yeah, Heroes of Olympus is also really good. That's what crossovers League of Legends have. Oh, and the top one is Naruto.
Fucking
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's
League of
not
Legends
my-
My Little Pony crossover, anyone?
No.
No.
An odd little short story I wrote a while ago when I saw the similarity between Princess Luna and Morgana's pasts.
What?
And surrender.
What? Why would people do these things?
League of Legends Kim Possible crossovers, anyone?
Of course.
Why do people do these? Why? Why do they do these things?
Burn the Witch, Metal Gear, and My Little Pony.
Please kill me.
Big Bot, Metal Gear Solid, A Strange Fate. As Naked Snake fell from the spillway waterfall, he was engulfed by light and woke up in a strange land, full of talking ponies. Snake must figure out where he is, how he got there, and how he can get back to continue his mission.
Please kill me.
Metal Gear Solid, Pony Walker.
Please kill
I'd give my life, not for ponies, but for you, Snake Eater.
Please, someone kill me.
Big Boss is in deep. First, his attempt to destroy a portal causes him to fall into it. Second, he is trapped in an unknown world named Equestria. Third, he is turned into a pony. What else could go wrong? Oh wait, Paz is somehow involved in all of this. Also, Paz is spelled wrong.
Okay.
Find out how his
Pez.
journey turns into one he will remember forever. And as love blossoms, will he want to go back?
Oh, fucking hell.
Metal Gear
terrible.
Sparkle! Twilight finds a new book about CQC and learns that Interloth has been taking over. Metal Gear Rising Equestria Edition. Metal Gear Solid Ground Equestria. Metal Gear Toast Guns with the Alicorns. Metal Gear Solid Snake Shifter. Diamond Dogs.
This is...
My Little Pony X Metal Gear Solid.
No. Please, no.
So, it's 352 words long and it's one paragraph. Snake, your mission is to rescue Yazutski and exfiltrate safely. Do not be seen at any cost. Roger that, Colonel, said Snake as he stood up. He checked his M19A11. After screwing on the suppressor, he proceeded into the building. Snake's head had been swimming since a strange dream he had a week prior, but he still felt ready for duty. That was his first mistake. As he delved deeper into the building, he heard what sounded like scratches from behind the door. He followed them, thinking it could be Yazutski. This was his second mistake. As he opened the door, he was blinded by a flash of light before losing consciousness. As he woke up, he realized two things. One, he was strapped down to a bed, and it was pink of all colors. The second thing was that he was shirtless, but unlike during Operation Snake Eater, he didn't even have his Kodak. As he went to stand up, he realized the rope felt like it was meant to hold something weaker than him, as he broke through it rather quickly. While he looked around the room for where the hell his gear went, after finding it, he found the only thing missing was his Kodak. But at that moment he heard what sounded like two people coming upstairs. He quickly drew his gun and knife as he hid around the corner. When the first person came up, he grabbed them and pointed the gun at the other. Snake quickly realized something was wrong. The people weren't people at all. They were two ponies, one blue and one pink. The blue one appeared to have wings. Let me go, said the pink one as Snake, incredibly confused, released it. Looks like someone's feeling better, said the blue one in a sarcastic tone. Where am I, and what the hell is going on? Growled Snake, not lowering the gun. To be continued.
Jesus Christ.
I was looking through the Naruto crossovers just to find something really awful, and I found an Open Star Racers and Naruto crossover.
Oh yeah? Well, did you find a Metal Gear Solid for the Explorer crossover?
What the fuck?
What?
Lizburn,
No,
I don't believe you.
It apparently doesn't
I don't
exist.
believe you.
It says there's one, but it apparently doesn't exist. Did you find a Metal Gear Solid Jungle Book crossover?
I am going to kill you.
Please kill me first, Ugnok.
This will actually exist. While waiting for Snake to return, Eva encounters the local wildlife.
Mass mind wipe commencing.
You can never unsee this.
Metal Gear Solid and the Little Mermaid. Snake meets the Little Mermaid. It started out where Snake was on secret mission, where he was supposed to know of underwater base, as he discovered there was mermaids living there. As it was no underwater base, it was an underwater city, as he meets the cast of Ariel's house.
No.
Starring Solid Snake, Ariel, and Prince Eric.
No.
Romance and adventure.
No. No. Why?
Yes.
Why do these things exist?
Oh yeah? Why does Metal Gear Solid and Looney Tunes crossover exist?
What?
How about the Metal Gear Solid Sword Art Online crossover?
Sword Art Online is a terrible anime.
Yeah,
Hey.
it is.
I enjoyed that show because it was bad. Because I already knew how everything was going to end. And because of that, it was enjoyable.
It has a really
I
good
didn't
abridged
know that.
series,
Bullshit make you feel good about yourself. And I was
though.
like,
It has a
"Wait."
really good abridged series though, because they make Kirito a sociopath.
Oh yeah, it's funny.
I watched it and I was like, the first season was boring. Second season creeped me the fuck out. It was bad.
What else is there? Metal Gear Solid and Kim Possible, Ed, Ed and Natty,
Oh,
Power
no.
Rangers, Rio,
Wait, Power Rangers?
Bleach, Call of Duty, Super Smash Brothers,
I can actually
Duty.
I can
Legend
actually
of
see
Zelda.
Oh no.
Metal Gear Solid and Harry Potter, Metal Gear Solid and Sonic the Hedgehog.
No.
Sailor
Come on.
Moon and Gundam crossover.
Egg Gear Solid.
No. How many?
Teals and Charmy
How
are busy
a large
dating
percentage of fanfiction is crap, and is it above 99%?
It is
Yes.
99.999999999%.
So disappointed in everything.
I will capture it for chaos. Coes. I don't know.
Right, after thoroughly wanting to kill myself, I think I'm gonna leave the TeamSpeak now.
Why?
But it's been fun. I think I have a
Oh.
headache.